Did you know sleeping is one of the most productive things you can do?
Wait, really?
By the end of this video, you'll have a good understanding for why sleeping is productive and how to get good sleep.
So next time you're staying up late playing video games or studying for an exam, remember that sleeping fewer than 7 hours a night can raise your risk of death by 15 to 34%. And in some brand new US studies, poor sleep is a bigger killer than a bad diet or lack of exercise.
Seriously?
But why? What sleeping actually does. First, when you're sleeping, your brain cycles through 4 different stages every 90 minutes. Stage 1, where you drift off. This is when your brain waves transfer from beta into slower theta waves. The second stage is a light sleep, of which you spend about 50% of your time asleep in. During this light sleep stage, your memory starts getting consolidated. Third is the deep sleep stage, where your brain waves are slowest. This is when the cleanup and repair happens. And fourth, the REM stage, where dreaming occurs. You complete this cycle about 4 to 6 times per night. See, sleep is so required for a healthy brain and body because during sleep, your brain flushes out toxic waste products, excess proteins, and junk like beta amyloid, the stuff linked to Alzheimer's.
Hell no!
It's basically the brain's nightly garbage truck, and it only runs at full speed during deep sleep. At the same time, your body does heavy physical repair, tissues grow and heal, and muscles rebuild, your immune system strengthens, and energy gets restored. So if you skip sleep, it's like not putting your trash out for the garbage truck. Once you miss it, you gotta hold on to it until the next time garbage man comes by. Besides trash removal, sleep consolidates memories. It takes everything you learned that day, sorts it, strengthens it, and moves it from short-term memory to long-term storage. So staying up late before a test means you are decreasing the time your brain has to save memories, making you learn even less. Now, sleeping is fun, but waiting to fall asleep makes people hate it. The good news, easy sleep comes from a consistent schedule, and it actually starts at least an hour before bed. Your brain is like a machine. The inputs you feed it right before sleep determine the output. How fast you fall asleep, how deep you go, and how rested you feel the next day. Bad inputs keep the engine revved up. Good inputs let it wind down smoothly. So let's break down the most important factors. First, we'll start with the things to avoid in the final hour or two before sleep. To begin, no screens. We've all heard it, but here's why it matters. Blue light from electronics tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, suppressing melatonin, the sleep chemical, and keeping cortisol, the awake chemical, pumping. Even worse, content spikes your heart rate and keeps your mind racing when it needs to be slowing down. Results? Well, you lie awake longer. Sometimes 30 to 60 extra minutes, something nobody wants. Next, no heavy eating right before bed. Food takes energy to digest. If your stomach's still working overtime, your body stays in active mode instead of dropping into that low energy sleep. That delays the transition and fragments your rest. Lastly, nothing super active. The same logic here. Exercise raises heart rate, body temp, and adrenaline. Anything that gets your system fired up, gaming, arguing, stressful planning, makes it harder to downshift into that sleep. Remember, input equals output. That's why creating a very simple, repeatable routine is powerful. Over time, that routine trains your brain to complete the wind down tasks with less effort. Here's the simple 30-minute routine I do each night. First, dim the lights 30 minutes before bed. This signals to your brain the day is ending, time to produce melatonin, and prepare for sleep. Second, relive and reflect on the day. Take a minute to review what happened. This preps your mind for memory storage. Your brain replays and locks in events during sleep, and studies show reviewing the key moments of the day right before bed can boost recall by 20 to 40%. It also slows everything down and gives you a sense of closure. Third, quickly plan tomorrow. Jot or think about 1 to 3 main goals. This creates direction instead of mental dispersion, like funneling gas into a pipe rather than letting it evaporate into the air. You wake up with purpose, knowing what to do, not scrambling. Fourth, stretch gently. Relieve the physical tension from the day. It improves blood flow, shifts your nervous system into rest and digest mode, and research shows that 10 minutes can cut time to fall asleep by a third, while boosting deep sleep by up to 24%. After stretching, relax and let your mind wander. Acknowledge any random thoughts or ideas, but don't grab them, just let them fade. This quiets the mental chatter and eases you into slower brainwaves. Finally, when your sleep time comes around, lights out, get in bed, and sleep. For this, I have an auto timer on my lights that turn them off, so I don't even need to look at my phone to check the time. Now that you understand why sleep prep is so important, let's talk about actually sleeping. Most studies show that 7 to 9 hours is good for the body, so strive for that every single day. But you gotta make sure you get that deep sleep, the most important part. Now, remember, consistency is key. So wake up at the same time every day as well, because your brain follows a 24-hour clock. Morning light triggers a big burst of cortisol, that get up and go chemical. If you wake up at random times, that cortisol surge is missing and you feel groggy. Second, light is key. Light, the opposite of what you wanted last night, is important because, again, input equals output. And that light tells the brain, I'm awake, I need to make these certain chemicals. So sleeping with consistency makes your brain healthy and emptied of crap, ready to do hard things, face new challenges, and learn new things. So next time you want to stay up late to get ahead, remember being awake for just 17 hours straight makes you as cognitively impaired as someone with a 0.05% blood level alcohol. Legally drunk in most states. After 24 hours awake, it's up to 0.10%, worse than the legal driving limit. Plus, you missed the garbage truck, so your brain is filled with crap and hasn't consolidated its memory. And that is why sleep is the most productive thing you can do.